Good morning, everyone. So today I am in a conference, so that's why I'm in a hotel right now. I am getting ready. It's quite early in the morning and my voice doesn't sound super good. You might hear a little bit of background noise, I apologize, but I thought it might be just kind of nice to do a relaxing get ready and show you what's in my everyday or travel makeup bag. So these are the essential makeup bags that I bring every time I need to travel or I need to go anywhere and I need kind of a foolproof makeup. I have been loving the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. I've been using this for quite a bit for like the last month, and it works so well for my dry skin, especially under the eyes. I have really dry skin. And for my cushion foundation, I use the Clio cushion foundation. It's the glow version. Comes with a little cushion puff, and it's like a mesh style, mesh style cushion instead of like the sponge. And I like to just kind of pat it all over the face. This one does give a good amount of coverage, so I like to just kind of use a little bit and work my way up. So about every 3 months my company kind of sends us out to kind of our headquarters to do a meeting, like a planning increment. So it's not too bad, I will say. I'm very fortunate that we do get to travel like this, but I will say the long days at a conference is never easy on most people because you have to kind of leave behind everything at home and come here. But honestly, in this economy, I am just very grateful that I even have a job. I think that's what a lot of people say, but truly grateful that I get to travel and do this while still not having to travel all the time for work, because I am quite an introvert. I don't love to travel too much for work, but every few months here and there it is kind of nice because you do get to go to a new place and meet your coworkers in person. You get to kind of interact with them, especially because when we're working on our computers, you don't get that kind of same interaction level that you could get, versus online and in person. Sorry, I'm just cleaning up my eyebrows a little bit. I should have done it before, but I could already see my under eyes creasing, which is crazy because it's only been like 5 minutes. I'm not sure if I didn't put enough concealer, but I'm just gonna do the best I can for now and move on with it just because of time. But yeah, I will say the only thing about being at a hotel, it does get a little lonely, right? Because after you're done, you're just kind of back, and when I'm home, I have my pets and my routine and family there. But when you are kind of traveling away, it's hard because you're away from your usual routine. I'm sorry if this isn't too much of a talking vlog because I'm just gonna focus to make sure I get my makeup done in time, since I have about 20 minutes still, so I think I should be good on time. Luckily, the place that I got is only a 2-minute drive from where the actual conference is, so it should not take super long to get there. I think that's the benefit. Always find somewhere that's close so you can stop by a hotel or kind of grab some rest when you can. Okay, so I think this is the best I can do. I have a little bit of dryness on my under eye, on the right eye, so I might actually kind of redo, not my entire makeup, but I'm gonna just kind of swipe a little bit and put a little bit more lotion on to the bottom of my eyes before I continue. Gonna look a little crazy, but so the lotion I've been using is the Anua PDRN Hyaluron. It's a pretty good lotion, especially for the drier skin months. And I tend to kind of have kind of peeling skin. I'm not sure if it's because of like some of the chemicals or retinoids I'm using, probably that, but I've been having a little bit of peeling, so I've been a little careful with what I'm actually putting on. I try to stay towards like cleaner makeup and also lotions as well, not using anything too chemically at night. Otherwise, I don't know, it always ends up making my skin look worse. So I kind of just stick to the basics when I can. I also think what I forgot to bring was my mist. I usually like to add a little bit of mist on my cushion puff because somehow it just makes my skin so much more flawless and glowy rather than kind of like cakey glowy, if that makes sense. There's like glow you get kind of from within, but also glow you get from a foundation. And what I'm trying to achieve is kind of like glow from within, right? Where it's kind of just look natural and not too overdone. Okay. I think this is just the most I can do right now. Just gonna just lay off on the powdering today just because my skin's looking more dry than usual for some reason. Okay. And also, when I'm in a rush, I always forget, but make sure to get all the way to the sides here so it doesn't look like there's like a huge separation. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with my She Glam contour. This is a liquid kind of gray color contour. I like to just kind of tap this all over my outside of my face, and this works well just to kind of go all over. I hope I brought my little spongy. I don't think I did. Oh darn. Okay, so I did not bring my spongy, so I'm gonna use my brush, just kind of blend it out. Honestly, it works just fine. My only thing is I do like using a sponge for liquid items because it always ends up blending so much better. I think someone's done showering, so that's probably why it's got a lot of quiet. Well, you're probably gonna hear now the dripping noise. But actually I think it is blending out better than I anticipated, so it's not too bad. Okay. So that's the contour. And I like to set everything with another contour powder. This is the Halika Cool Tone contour powder. And this is perfect because it just like the perfect brown, not too gray where I look ashy, but it's like a perfect medium browny gray where it actually just fits very well with my skin tone. And I like to use a tiny little brush like this to contour my nose. So I'll just contour the bridge of my nose. And I like to do this prior to putting powder on because I think my liquid foundation helps it kind of emphasize the powder. Same goes for blush as well. I like to, I guess contrary to what most people do, I like to put the blush before. I'm just gonna use a coral blush today, but I like to put the blush before I put the powder. Then I like to set everything with the powder and kind of blur everything out. So I'm just gonna tap, tap, tap. It's like this really pretty coral color, and I think I got this 10 years ago because it's already expired in 2021. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I probably should get rid of it. But with these powder blushes, like how can you use all of it before it goes bad, right? Like I think it's like almost impossible. Okay, so that's the blush. And I'm gonna go in with my powder. I use the Huda Beauty powder in Cherry Blossom. I'm gonna go in with my trusty puff brush from Laura Mercier. I like to just powder just the areas I get oily, not too much. And I like to kind of just keep my T-zone area, like the high bridge of my nose and my cheekbones, not too powdered, you know. Otherwise, I like dry. And I'm gonna go in with my favorite powder, highlighting powder. This is the Clio Prism Highlighter Powder in number 1 gold. And it is this really pretty champagne color that I like to just put on the bridge of my nose. I like to highlight my lids a little bit. And then my cheekbones as well. I like to go a little bit crazy on the cheekbones. I have been considering getting more of like a, what do you call it? I can't talk. Liquid highlighter, but I decided not to because I feel like it kind of moves everything that I have on my skin. I will say, you can't see it on camera, but I am looking so dry today. I don't know what is up. It's probably the weather, honestly, if anything. It's okay. We'll just have to move on. But I'm going to use my favorite Natasha Denona palette. But actually, before I do, I'm going to go in with my eyebrow pencil. This one, I don't even know where I got it. I think I got it, I'm not sure. It might have been Sally Beauty. But it's just this nice kind of medium brown color. It fit better when I had brown hair, but now I dyed it back to like a darker blackish brown. It doesn't fit perfectly, but I know I still like my brows a little bit lighter than my hair, so I think it fits well overall. I like to blend the front of the brows so it doesn't look super harsh. Kind of blend, blend, blend. Okay, definitely kind of screwed up on my right side, but it's okay because that's why we have concealer and foundation, right? Okay, kind of blends everything out together. Okay, I think that looks good so far. I'm gonna go in with my little powder brush. I think since I'm wearing a little bit more of like an orange look, I'm gonna go for like a brown. I think the brown will work pretty well with the rest of my makeup. I'm using this brown shimmery shade that just kind of goes all over my lids and really just blend it out so it looks natural. Not gonna go crazy with the eye makeup just because, you know, it's work. No need to go too crazy, but I'm just gonna use a little bit to just blend out and darken the outer corners because that's what I noticed, that it gives me the most definition without looking like I have too much eyeshadow on. Just kind of putting a little bit at the ends. Now go back in again, but I'm gonna go in with my black eyeliner. This one is called Black Liquid Eyeliner from Uzo. I actually got this in an Allure Box Beauty subscription and I tried it out. It works super well and I didn't expect a subscription box to have such a good eyeliner. I've been using the NYX eyeliner for almost years now and I actually think this tops it, because of how fine the point is. So it's really easy to get right into the cracks and make a very sharp line at the end, which I kind of struggled to do with the NYX liner after a while, because it would kind of, you know, the hairs of the pen felt tip would kind of fray a little bit, so it was harder to maintain that. But this one, it's kind of more like a marker, so the tip stays quite sharp all the way. So kind of like that. Wow, I actually think that's like the most even eyeliner I've ever had in a long time. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep this standby in case I need to fix my eyeliner at the end. But I like to go in with a little bit of a dark shade in the inner corners just to kind of deepen the dimension. And also, this is great to set your eyeliner. So I like to set my eyeline with a little bit of a darker brown shadow rather than super black. It just makes it look more natural. I apologize if this video feels rushed. I'm sure most people, I feel like most ladies are always in a rush when they're getting their makeup on. Okay. And then here I like to just kind of blend my eyeshadow again. And already you could tell some of the eyeliner is already kind of peeling off, but I'm gonna fix that. It works kind of well after too, because then the powder has already set. Just gonna clean off the remaining powder in the ends. Okay, looks good so far. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown liner. This is the Can Make Creamy Touch Liner in number 2. And I've been loving putting a little bit of brown liner on the waterline. Helps kind of define the eyes and elongate my eyes, on top of kind of giving a little bit more of a dramatic look. So I like to kind of focus on the inner corners like that, and then that's really it. Nothing too crazy. And I go in with a little bit of shimmer in the inner corners. I'm using this kind of shimmery champagne gold, and just focus just a little bit on the inner corners just to blend again everything out. Just like that. That's it so far. Okay, that's my eye makeup. I'm gonna go in with my lashes. Okay. So the lashes I've been using are these anime style lashes. These are my ultimate favorite because of how just clean the lines are, if you look at it. And they kind of give you a little bit of that triangle lash shape rather than full butterfly, if that makes sense. So I like to go in with, oh my goodness, I just realized I did not bring a scissor. It's because it lasts me the entire day, like 12 plus hours. Sometimes I need to touch it up depending on how oily my lids are, but most of the time this works like a charm. So I'm gonna just pop it on my lashes. I forgot that I have to curl my lashes real quick, so I'm gonna do a quick curl just to bring them up a little bit. Okay, and then pop my lashes on. I think I waited a little too long before the glue was already dried, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit more glue on my lash line. And then stick it back on. I'm gonna just let that set for a little bit. And my trick when it comes to putting lashes on for monolids is, unlike most people where they put the lashes at the bottom of their lashes, I like to put it on top because one, it irritates me less, and I personally don't have a lot of lashes for them to lift, so it's just easier for me to have my lashes, you know, falsies on top of my actual lashes. Lash band. Okay, so those are the eyes for now. I'm gonna once again curl my eyelashes just a little bit, just kind of lift them up. And probably I'll take these with me just in case I need to lift them or fix my eyelashes. Alright, so very end is my lips. I'm gonna go for a little bit more of a red look. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this Romand Bare Water tint. It's like a really pretty burgundy color. Just gonna put a tiny layer instead of putting it too much. Okay, like that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of my NYX Lip Lingerie Professional Makeup Lip Liner. I only started recently lining my lips, but I do think it makes a big difference. And I'm just gonna go on top with a little bit of lip balm kind of gloss that I have by, oh, I already forgot what the brand is, but I'm gonna show you in a bit. So that's the end of my makeup. I already did my hair this morning, which saved a lot of time, and I used those heatless curls method to kind of save like those curls, right? In the morning I did fix it up with my air dryer, you know, air styler. So these are the curls and they will last me the entire day. I'm gonna use a little bit of my hair oil. This is the DHC After Bath hair oil. Just use one little pump. Just kind of brush it along my hair. And this kind of helps again with the shine and tames any frizziness on top. So, such a great oil, and it smells kind of like candy and cherry blossoms. Like the kind of floral scent that's not too strong. And that is it for my makeup. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video.